Yeah, you lose Coach Lachlan, and you bring in who Lachlan ended up getting a on the field role, which that just seems to be the way. If you look back at Mike Norvell's tenure, he brings in coaches, he brings in analysts, and he's able to promote them. He's able to get them to other places and get paid and get on the field jobs. That's what happened to Coach Lachlan. So you got to find someone to replace him with. Ryan Bartow is well known, starting off with Clemson being practically a reporter or insider there for recruiting, covering for 247 sports site there. He's worked with Oregon, Syracuse, and he'll tell you this is practically a different kind of animal here coming to FSU. He's got a lot of relationships in the Southeast. And obviously starting off right off the bat is a quarterback with A.J. Duffy, who he's personally close with. Actually, A.J. Duffy, a 4-star quarterback, tweeted today, said something about getting 1% better, which, as we know, is Mike Norvell's tagline and Coach Storm's. So someone already today, the day after Bartow being hired at FSU, made it official. There was a prediction already put in per 247 Sports, a crystal ball, picking A.J. Duffy to pick the Seminoles. So it seems like the new hire has already accelerated into Florida State landing its best quarterback in the 2022 class.
Accelerated. That was almost as good as you literally reading straight off the email from Steve McCartney from the Florida State Athletics Department. Like,
I don't get those emails anymore. I don't get those.
You hyped up a man who is coming to us from Syracuse. This is what we've got. This is our new director of high school relations, is a man from Wisconsin who last coached at Syracuse. Here's a wild idea. Why don't we try to find somebody who, I don't know, has experience with high schools maybe in the state of Florida, maybe promote somebody like Brandon Harris instead of letting him leave for an on-field job at FIU? Who knows? Maybe actually hire somebody with a connection to the state of Florida. Once again, another fault by the 3-6 Mafia known as Mike Norvell. And
this is just blasphemous now, Mark. I think this is just to get the ratings up now. I can't even argue with this. There's too many things I could talk about with these relationships in the Southeast.
Wait, hold
Not
on.
even the Southeast, but it seems like
Do you need to read off the email first or not? Before you talking points. I'm just wondering.
Go right ahead.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm asking you since you're reading off the emails. I just want to make sure you're.
I don't have an email. I don't get them. I'm not credentialed. We're no game days an outlet that don't really need the emails to do our research.
So some of us are big deals. That's all.
When you get big corporations backing you like Chick-fil-A,
the chicken up there. For some reason, it's working not to get the emails. I think Chick-fil-A wants to have a chat.
You get as many nuggets as you want. So congratulations.
The nuggets both in the restaurant and to our Discord family.
He said Discord. It took 5 minutes for him to say Discord.
he beat you to nail on the head and shout out.
I've got a couple. We got a couple shout outs coming before the end of the night.
Okay, they're coming. All right, I'll make two obvious statements in response to the hiring. One would be to further what Jason is talking about. There is a large component of logic that would say, yes, we're connecting with the high schools here in Florida. Would we not want somebody who is familiar with the lay of the land here and has relationships and understands what's going on in this state? Number one. Number two, though, you can certainly go out and hire qualified people from outside the state. And we don't know, I can't imagine much about him past that.
I agree. And I think he has experience in the ACC. Obviously, he started at North Carolina, then it was at Clemson for 8 seasons, writing for Tigers Illustrated. Then he went to Oregon and covered Syracuse. Yes, the potential is there. I just feel like this is a continuation, and we've talked about it during the recruiting, how Norvell and the coaching staff seems to be kind of ignoring the state of Florida, going outside. Is that because guys don't want to come in? Who knows? That might be the reason. But I feel like there's no concerted effort to recruit what I think we all would agree is the greatest state for high school football in the country. I think Logan would agree with that, and I think Mark would say we're at least in the conversation.
Absolutely.
I think that's going to only help with more better play on the field. The last couple of years, not a lot of recruits, at least maybe in the Southeast or maybe Georgia or Florida, have really looked at Florida State like they used to. But going back, if you win 7 8 wins this season. A lot of things change, I think, in that area since Jason needs every Florida recruit to be coming to Tallahassee.
Why shouldn't they? Why should you want recruits to come in from, just throwing it out there, if you're telling me you've got a recruit from, I'll say South Florida, or let's say Orlando or Tampa, since you're allergic to anything south of I-4, let's say Orlando, let's say Tampa. Would you want a recruit coming from Orlando or Tampa, or do you want them coming from Arkansas? Do you want them coming in from Tennessee? I want them coming from the best group of talent, and that is Miami, that is Tampa, that is Orlando, that is Jacksonville. If you're not at least making a concerted effort, I don't mind us being turned down by players, because right now, we talked about this last week, we are third amongst the big three right now. What I mind is not even trying. What I mind is basically going to Arizona, going to Arkansas, and what I'm not even trying down here in South Florida, not even trying in Orlando. We've got guys leaving the city of Tallahassee going to other places. Go ahead and defend your boy. Go ahead.
So you're saying that he has no relationships, which is completely false, with the Southeast Florida involved too. Is that what you're saying?
How many recruits came from South Florida this year?
He has plenty. He has. Well, this isn't.
How many?
He wasn't on staff. Was he on staff?
I'm sorry, Mike Norvell's been there since September of 2019. So he's been
talking about Bartow. I'm
talking about Mike Norvell. Your savior, Mike Norvell.
Guess who he brings in? Bartow has great relationships with kids. Who's been an analyst for plenty of years experience.
Syracuse.
And not only Southeastern ties and building those relationships, but like I just mentioned, who was thought to be a lock for Arizona State, the number 5 pro-style quarterback in the country, 4-star, seems to be getting interesting here. Florida State might land, which we thought would happen, 2 quarterbacks, but you land Nico and A.J. Duffy. A.J. Duffy because of the relationship with Bartow?
Mark it down.
What happens then? What happens then?
You can be my associate producer at the national championship game in Indianapolis this year. You, me, will cover FSU football. Because according to you, the sky's the limit right now, right? Or are you going to come back?
You want negative? You want negativeness?
No, I'm being real. I'm being realist. Right now, you're saying that this guy's the answer. And I feel like you, I love you, Logan.
Who should they get? Who should they get?
Are you going to continue to interrupt? Are you going to be Mark? You're going to be Mark Rogers?
I'm being you. I'm being Jason.
You're going to be Mark Rogers now? Continue to interrupt there? Go ahead.
Jason, I'm learning from you.
I like it. Well, it's about time you learn something from a scholar like me. What I'm saying, Mark, no, don't even think about it, Mark. Do not even think about it. What I'm saying, Logan, is you have constantly defended the Norvell administration. That's fine. I get it. You're a homer. You love your Knowles. It's fine. I get it. I'm also a graduate of the school, but I'm also a realist. The notion, like, for example, let's talk about this. On Twitter today, you talked about what happens if Florida State wins 8 games. Let's give you a chance to explain your statement. Where did that come from? And do you legitimately think Florida State can win 8 games this season?
That comes from all these crystal balls and predictions that have come in today, including A.J. Duffy, the hire of Bartow, and we'll talk about the incoming also control analyst, quality control analyst that got hired. You know, when things are swaying in Florida State's direction like this after going 3-6.
What are your thoughts, Logan, on Sabbath coming in? I mean, he's taking over the position. I believe he's replacing Brandon Harris, who did come back to FIU as an on-field position. What are your thoughts about that upgrade, downgrade? What are your thoughts?
I think it's another guy that's trying to get an opportunity. I do trust, and looking back, I know this will probably spark another argument, but I do trust. I mean, it's just factual stuff. I don't think it's really arguable, but what Norvell does, what he brings in, he's able to get guys promoted, or he brings them up on their staff. You got to trust him. He's got connections down there, Miami Central High. Obviously, we know where some good cats have come. Devontae Freeman, plus also this guy that I think might be the best running back in football right now, Dalvin Cook. Mm-hmm. He's got ties there, definitely around in your area a little bit, Jason. So this one, you should be right here. You should be doing jumping jacks because everything's got to go towards Florida recruits. There's no other recruits in the country that are good but Florida recruits. So I need you to do a backflip. This is a guy straight from your area. If Jason says this is a bad hire, he truly will not. He hates Norvell, which we do know, but
yeah.
You need to do a backflip and do some celebration. He's a guy that has ties to South Florida.
Listen,
come on,
listen, DeSantis, don't be lying and
come
say
on,
Norvell. No, don't. No, you can apologize. You can apologize for saying I hate Mike Norvell. I don't hate Mike Norvell. I think he is a bad coach right now, and I've said that. I don't hate him. There's only one person I hate right now. I'm looking right at him right now in the middle of the screen. So you can apologize for your incorrect comment, Mr. Robinson from Noel Game Day.
I want you to do a backflip though. I
haven't done a backflip since I was like 9.
I don't believe you'd ever done one.
That's not gonna happen. I did one when I was 9. I think that's when I broke my wrist. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good hire. I think I'm hesitant, and you're gonna call it negative because I'm not saying that we're gonna be 12-0 in the regular season because I'm not a homer on this subject. But no, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. I think it's a good hire. I don't think that it is the national championship caliber hire at this moment, and I don't think we're going to get national.
No national championship hire is going to be coming from a quality control analyst. I will say that.
You never know.